The British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge for this contest, John Reese, QC. And the International Boxing Federation, supervisor at ringside, Lindsay Tucker. The three judges assigned are from the United States, Adelaide Bird, from England, Dave Paris, from Canada, Craig Smith. And the man in charge of the action at the bell, your referee from South Africa, Dion Duarte. And now, 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Featherweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white and gold, official weight, 8 stone, 13 pounds, 3 ounces. Has a professional and excellent record consisting of 20 victories, including 8 wins by knockout, with 1 defeat. He's the former British and British Empire champion, former European and international champion, the challenger, the featherweight fighting pride of Barry Wales, Lee Selby. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and red, official weight, 9 stone even. In 20 professional fights, 19 victories, including 9 wins by knockout, with 1 draw. Tonight, he defends his title for the 5th time. From Russia and Oxnard, California, the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF Featherweight Champion of the World, ladies and gentlemen, dame y господа, damas y caballeros, el ruso mexicano, Evgeny Gradovi.
Lee, I've given you instructions in the dressing room. Obey my commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck, God bless.
This is it. Lee Selby's entire professional career has been building to this point. The gum shield put in by Tony Borg, his trainer. Can he now take that next step and join an elite band of Welsh world champions? There have been 11, a lot of them, some of the legends of the game. Can Lee Selby make it 12? And the first from Barry as well. Standing in his way, the champion, the very busy, industrious Russian, Evgeny Gradovic. Selby looking to establish that jab early to try and keep Gradovic at range, and that's going to be one of the keys, because if you allow Gradovic, Jim, as you've already said, to swarm all over you, you are in big trouble.
Yeah, that's the reason I think Selby has to throw solid punches at Gradovic. Popping and moving is not going to do any good here. This guy's just going to come right through that. But these are good shots that Selby's throwing at the moment. He's been caught a couple of times himself already. I thought Gradovic was more of a slow starter, you know, and build momentum as he goes along. But this is good from Selby. Get the meat behind the jab. Keep this fellow at a long range as long as you can.
Mixing up a couple of jabs to the body as well, as Gradovic looks to try and get in close, and Selby does a nice job of just tying him up so he can't do any constructive work. Gets a little telling off from the South African referee for doing that. And that was neat from Selby, keeping right out of trouble here in the early stages.
But this is good. Selby's getting his punches off while he's out in the centre of the ring. He wants to stay away from the ropes. Against a pressure fighter, then you want to get your work done when there's a couple of escape routes for you. That's what Selby's doing. This is a good start from him.
And lots of variety as well, mixing in some uppercuts. Really confident. Very positive start this from Lee Selby. But Gradovic came back and landed a right of his own.
Now this is an excellent start from Selby. He's maybe working a little bit harder than he had planned, but he's just going to have to take what comes his way here. He's not going to be able to control the pace against this fellow, so he's just going to have to get on with the job.
Last time out in this ring against the Aussie Joel Brunker, who had a similar come-forward style, Selby just took that away from him and it became very, very one-sided. It's going to be a tougher job to achieve that here. But then go back a couple of years, Jim. Remember that open air show in Hull when he struggled against the Romanian VRL Simeon? I mean, he broke a hand early in that fight. That made a difference, but Simeon made it hard for him with a very similar style. No,
I mean, this is like target practice at the moment for Selby. This is terrific stuff from Lee Selby. Gradovic is moving into range but not getting his punches off. A dream start for Selby.
Well, that is the thing with Gradovic. Selby is not going to have to go hunting for him. He's always going to be there. And we're used to seeing Gradovic wear down opponents. Are we going to see Selby wearing down Yevgeny Gradovic tonight?
Well, I'm happy with the way Selby started. I'm happy with the fact that he's putting snap into the punches.
And even when he got tagged there, he came up with a terrific response. Confidence just oozing from Lee Selby.
You actually can't miss Gradovic. Gradovic is just walking straight forward. We said his style was made for Selby. Well, we can underline that now. He's a disappointed man.
Right hand on the top, when you're ready, and then move on again. And again. Lovely boxing. It's simple. Keep it simple.
Well, you heard what Tony Borg said. Lovely boxing, keep it simple.
Well, Nick, I don't care how tough Gradovic is. No one can keep coming forward, taking these punches as cleanly as he was caught in the opening round. He's going to have to get some head movement. He's going to have to find a way to get close without using his face to get there.
Round 2 of this 12-rounder. Lee Selby in the white with the gold trim, looking to land the IBF featherweight title, just slipping in a body shot there as well, continuing to mix it up so effectively. Gradovic never sure where the point of attack is coming from. Trying to get a little bit of upper body movement and head movement here now, Gradovic, because as you say, he was getting banged around in that opening session.
Well, you can see his face as he went back to the corner. He knew nothing had gone right for him in the opener. He's finding the range a little bit better now.
And it's going to take a lot to wear down Selby as well if he does start landing punches, Gradovic, because he takes a terrific punch, Selby. Very few land clean, but there's all the stories in sparring about he goes in with heavyweights. Well, he says, never been knocked down, never taken a count as a pro. Terrific chin.
Still good stuff from Selby. We're beginning to see what Gradovic is about now. You know, I mean, he's used to taking shots to get his own on, so he won't be in the least upset by the poor first round, and you can see he's on fire now. A little bit clumsy, a little bit untidy. Selby keeping his boxing together, which is good.
And before we hang out the Welsh flags in celebration, just remember what Paulie Malignaggi said upstairs in the studio. It's all very well making the start, but Gradovic, you know, will be coming at you every minute of every round. How's Selby going to be rounds 9, 10, 11?
The only problem I see for Selby is he's been made to work. He's complaining the heads came together there. He's been made to work harder than he wants, harder than he's used to. And this is the way Gradovic does business. But this is lovely stuff again from Selby.
A little bit of blood from the nose there of Lee Selby, because the heads came together. He's been doing a lot of his sparring with a stablemate, Gary Buckland, and if you've ever seen Gary fight, you'll recognise the style. I mean, he did a perfect job of replicating Gradovic's relentless come-forward pressure. Did some work in the Mayweather gym, of course. Spent a couple of weeks in LA. Beautiful shot. What a sweet left hand from Selby. Pure class.
Yes, a smile back from Gradovic. We're beginning to see Gradovic is certainly getting closer. This is another good round for Selby so far. This is lovely.
Well, Gradovic has tried to up the ante in this round, and he's just getting picked off even more clinically than he was in the opening session.
Selby looking for the body shot there, which is also good tactics. Take some of the steam out of this fellow.
And doing a nice job covering up when Gradovic looked to try to go to work.
Turning
in again.
Turning southpaw with that one, yep.
Well, we're only 2 rounds in as Gradovic lands a couple on the bell, but so far, very good for Lee Selby.
So keep it longer. Yeah, keep it longer. You don't need to be close. You don't need to be close, do you?
Well, I think Selby realises this is going to be a tough night for him. He's going to have to work hard to win this world title. This fellow will not stop coming forward. He's a bit crude in the early stages, but we know he comes on like a train in the second half of a fight.
Yeah, Gradovic isn't finished yet, far from it. But Selby, without question, 2 rounds in the bank, but here comes Gradovic once again, and he will, as Paulie Malignaggi said, and everyone who's ever seen him fight know, he will just keep coming.
It's still good for Selby. He's not been pinned down at any time. He's not been caught in corners. His back's hardly touching the ropes. He's getting his punches off nice and early. I'm just worried about the fact this is not the pace he likes to work at. He likes to work in little bursts, likes to pick his moments. You know, sometimes you think he's half asleep, then he bursts into life. He's not used to working every second of every round, and that's what he's been made to do here.
But they knew that when this fight was made as well, Jim, and this is what they've been preparing for. He's not been getting it easy in sparring. His footwork at the moment is absolutely terrific. Nice little left-hand counter there as well.
The lace has come loose in there. That was a nice, clever little left uppercut. Gradovic looking at the corner. His cornerer suggesting he tries something different. I would do the same.
He's getting marked up under the right eye as well, Gradovic. I'm not sure Yevgeny Gradovic is a plan B guy, you know, Jim. You know, this is his style, this is what he does, and if it doesn't work, what on earth's he going to do? Caught again with a big right hand, but still Gradovic comes after him.
Yeah, as I say, Nick, what you see is what you get. He's going to do this, but he can do it at 12 rounds non-stop. Lovely stuff again from Selby. Clever stuff.
It's absolutely brilliant, this from Selby at the moment. And really the only question, here we are in round 3, the only question, can Selby keep this going? And if he can he force the stoppage?
That was low.
Body shot, but the referee decided to give him the benefit.
Yeah, using the right hand as well, you know, a fair old amount too. It's good, he's not just kind of fiddling with the jab. Really boxing well, Selby.
And nothing in Gradovic's record that suggests that Selby needs to be overly concerned about his power. It is the accumulation, not the single punch. He went the distance, Gradovic, with Mauricio Munoz, who a year later was stopped by Stephen Smith.
A nosebleed for Gradovic as well, I think now. Not surprised, he's still walking on to these straight punches of Selby. And no real signs of discomfort in the early stages from Selby. He's been made to work, but doesn't look. Lovely
there again. All the quality coming from Lee Selby here. And still Gradovic comes back at him. Oh, got it, left hand from Gradovic. Selby took it well, rode it, but Gradovic still in there fighting.
Stan. James.
It's been a happy hunting ground, this, the O2 Arena for Lee Selby. Last time out, as I say, beat Joel Brunker to earn this shot. Before that, he was made to work a little bit against Ryan Walsh, defending his British title. And Gradovic is certainly making him work for this one tonight as well.
But Nick, these are good punches he's throwing. These are not just pop and move shots. You know, there's a bit of meat behind these. Tactics are perfect at the moment.
So far, so good. 3 rounds in the bank for Lee Selby. But the champion, Yevgeny Gradovic, still coming at him. Gradovic owned by or represented by the same management team that looks after Vasyl Lomachenko. There's been whispers of a unification fight with the WBO champion. That all goes out the window if Selby takes the title here.
Still getting his punches off nice and early. Selby, he's not been manoeuvred. He's not been trapped in corners yet. Lovely again.
Keeps doing that, doesn't he?
I'd like to see some body work, maybe try and knock some of the steam out of Gradovic, because he's going to keep coming. This is what he does.
Again, a nice chopping left hook.
You know, that was a solid left hook, and Gradovic came right through it, Nick. So he's tough. No question about that.
Selby briefly on the ropes, then just glides away. Gradovic continuing to just send out volume in the hope that something lands and turns things, but keeps walking onto these punches as well.
Well, the referee has allowed them to get on with it, which is good. That's the first time really he's broken up the action. Gradovic getting close at the moment.
And Selby so far coping with the pressure, but if anything, Gradovic is turning up the heat here in this fourth round.
He's had his moments in this round. Selby still boxing well, still getting enough punches off. But no question, Gradovic beginning to have his moments.
And that's the thing, Gradovic will be doing this in rounds 10 and 11 and 12 as well. He's not going to slow. Another telling off for Gradovic, and Selby made sure the referee knew about it, but he was on it already.
I still like Selby, but this certainly has been a closer round.
Selby just muttering something to himself there. Not sure what that was.
See, this is where maybe he should stand his ground and put some real snap into the punches. You know, he's moving while he's punching at the moment, Selby, so there's not the same snap. Maybe he needs to set himself and let a good solid right hand go.
Full house here at the O2 for this terrific bill. We've already seen plenty of drama and excitement. Now we're into the first of our world title fights. That round for me, Jim, closer, much closer.
Yeah, it was closer. I still like Selby, you know, with work like this. Still the clever stuff coming from him. But I think it's time maybe now just to set himself and let a couple of real solid shots go.
There's the heads coming together as well. Round 5. Gradovic continuing to try and hunt Selby down. Selby happy on the back foot, showing really good movement, lots of variety, but Gradovic looking to try and swarm all over him now. And Selby, as you say, has got to stand up to this. Tagged him with the left hand there, Gradovic, as well. And he's trying to make this ring really small here, Gradovic.
Gradovic is finding the target now. Yep. Doesn't mind missing with punches. He doesn't try to be too precise, Gradovic. Just lets them go in bunches. First couple might miss, but here come the rest of them. Real pressure now that Selby's under.
Real pressure, but not much quality there from Gradovic. Selby covering up, blocking. But so many getting thrown, Jim. Just the law of averages, something's got to get through.
I don't know that we'll ever see a lot of quality from Gradovic. You know, he just gets the chin down and gets the punches flowing. Working the body himself. Don't matter, you know, even when he's off balance, he still manages to get some punches off it, Gradovic. He's just perpetual motion.
And for all these quality little shots that Selby's just popping out there, you think of some of those left hooks in some of the earlier rounds. Bangs in the body shots, nice right hands to the body. There's another one. Hasn't made a big dent in Gradovic yet. He takes a punch well.
I think there's going to come a time when Selby's going to have to see if he can push Gradovic back. Don't know if he can do it. But this looks like a fight that's going to get tougher the longer it goes. Good stuff there from Selby.
Oh, he really lunged in there, Gradovic, and paid the price. Oh, is that a first sign of tiredness from the Russian?
Tiredness, frustration, whatever. Yep. So nothing clean there from Gradovic.
Yeah,
but,
so much energy getting burned up here as well by Gradovic, just so little return.
But the thing about pressure, Nick, when you're the one exerting the pressure, you know, your last better is when you're having to react to, you know, to constant pressure, that it drains your energy. But Selby still looking comfortable.
Looking to attack the body once again. Gradovic continuing just to bomb away, and he'll get another telling off now for hitting around the back of the head. More signs of frustration on the bell for the champion.
Careful with those punches, all right? We don't want to get points taken away, okay? How do you feel, Evgeny?
Bring your head down, bring your head down, bring your head down.
Robert Garcia has looked after Gradovic's career.
Okay, beautiful. Deep breath, deep breath.
You feel good? You feel in good condition? Then I need to see more in this next fucking 6-7 rounds, all right?
And apologies for the language. Garcia doesn't sound too perturbed, Jim.
No, well, Selby did well in the last half minute of the round. He found his range again. But Gradovic's throwing a lot of punches, you know, like that there, then back he comes again. We know he is expending a lot of energy. That's maybe the best round for Gradovic so far.
Round 6. This IBF featherweight title absolutely flying by. Lee Selby looking to join that elite group of Welsh world champions, on course at the moment. Still a long, long way to go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But really continuing to show class and quality here, Lee Selby.
This is what I'm calling for, Nick. Solid punches. Let this fellow know you're the puncher in there. If you could possibly try and push him back. Don't know if you can do it, but if you could, that would go a long way to tilting the scales well in his favour.
Jim, if he pushes Gradovic back, it's over. Because there's no way he's boxing on the back foot. For me, Jim, I know you're a little bit concerned. For me, Selby is still in charge of this.
Yeah, these are lovely punches from Selby. So, you know, he's finding space for himself all the while. Good lateral movement, that's what's needed.
Footwork's just outstanding. Maybe it's something to do with those laces coming undone all the time. But really, I've been so impressed with his movement, his footwork, his vision, the upper body movement. Just those errant laces, the only thing that's gone wrong for him tonight so far. And still looking very comfortable, well within himself, composed, organised. And he's shook him.
Yes.
And he's shaking him. And the crowd sense it as well. And Gradovic looking to try and get in and hold if he can. Selby won't have it.
The Selby just take his time, because there'll be plenty of opportunities. This guy has no defence. Don't go rushing, just take your time here.
Definitely unsteady on the legs, and I don't think he's 100% yet here. Gradovic just misses with the big uppercut, Selby.
Now that punch caught him in the temple, and it just took everything away from him. The legs are still looking a bit heavy.
Tagged him again. Little tiny wobble there from Gradovic, who takes another right hand as well. And Selby is picking his punches beautifully here. And Gradovic not chugging forward as much as he was earlier. He's feeling this now.
And Selby's right to take his time, Nick, because this guy is not difficult to find. Just pick your spot, take your time. Don't waste punches, don't waste energy. This is what I've been looking for, just Selby to stand his ground and you get the power in the shot. It's terrific.
This is just different class from Lee Selby. He looks a world beater, he really does.
Well, Nick, I was saying that you cannot keep coming forward taking clean punches, and that's what Gradovic has been doing. So maybe it's just the accumulation of shots, but that was a terrific right hand that caught him high in the head.
So we're missing there, but it's been another terrific round for him. I know a couple have been close on your card, Jim, but for me, Selby pitching a shutout here, and the gap between them just getting wider and wider. And look at this, Gradovic is backing up. And if he's going backwards, forget about it. Terrific round for Lee Selby, and Gradovic almost staggered back Well, let's go and join Ed Robinson, who's with Paul Smith. Ed.
Well, a masterclass so far from Lee Selby. Is he right to try and back Evgeny Gradovic up now, or should he stick with the strategy of just winning the fight?
For me, first world title fight, I'd stick with the strategy that he's got of just chipping away and gradually breaking Gradovic down. He's doing very, very well so far. He's boxing lovely, to be honest with you. And maintain that, keep that up. Don't take too many unnecessary gambles, because all Gradovic can try and do is to grind you down and to get to you and to slowly start chipping away at you. So keep doing what you're doing. Don't let him grind you down. Don't let him get close to you. And if you catch him another shot the way he did in the previous round, then maybe try and go for him. But I thought that was very smart and educated by Selby then, by not rushing in too much and stick to the plan. Thank you, Paul.
Round 7, Lee Selby a mile ahead, boxing brilliantly, taking his time, wasting nothing, nailing him early here with a raking right hand, then catching him with a left-hand counter. And Gradovic has got bravery and heart and energy and not much else.
And I tell you what, a confidence builder that was, hurting with the right hand. There I have it, 5 rounds to 1, as you can see. I thought Gradovic outworked Selby a couple of rounds ago, but he's paid him back in spades.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got him again, beautiful combination. And then look at that, daylight. Gradovic has to come and hunt him down. There's the big uppercut. Remember, it was the uppercut that did for Stephen Smith all those years ago. I remember Paul Smith's reaction that night, absolutely devastated. And talking to Paul about a year ago, he said, you know what, looking back, we were all shattered at the time, but we didn't know how good Selby was. Nobody knew. We all know now.
See, I think the trouble now for Gradovic, the amount of punches he's taken, they knock the energy out of you. His legs are looking heavy. You know, he doesn't have the drive that he usually has, and he doesn't know why.
As well.
The heads, I think he was claiming the heads came together. There's nothing wrong there. But no, he's heavy-legged. He lacks energy. I think it's been knocked out of him. I see this, that actually caused a cut. The heads came together there, and I can see the blood round about his right eye.
That's exactly it. That's exactly what he was complaining about. And what else is going to go wrong for Gradovic, who's been forced onto the back foot occasionally as well in the last couple of rounds. Oh, the big swinging left hand, and that cut's horrible. It really is a bad one.
Well, we don't worry too much. We don't want it to go to the cards, of course. I mean, this is terrific to watch. Oh, that's terrific stuff again.
It really is.
From Selby. This is a masterclass, right enough.
Yeah, you've just took the word right out of my mouth. And that cut, absolutely horrendous. It's the kind of cut that does need a stoppage sometimes. Selby missing, but then getting out of range again very quickly. Got caught with that left hand though, and then quickly just jumped in and held. Spoiled, and the moment was gone for Gradovic, who continues to work as we expected.
Has raised his game, Gradovic.
Yeah,
he's found a little bit of energy here. Maybe the head's cleared.
Well,
he's on the march again, but not producing.
Tough man, isn't he? Lovely little body shot. It's almost too easy, this, for Selby. It's almost like a sparring session for him.
Well, the only worry we had was how he would cope with the pressure, and it's not been a problem to him. And now that he started putting the meat into the punches,
again with that right hand, then the body shot at the end of it, and what are they going to do with that cut? Dion Duarte send him to his corner, and he was really pointing towards it as if to say, this needs some attention. And when you think that the man is a mile behind on the cards, even though he is the defending champion, if they can't get that under control, Jim, will they call a halt to this one?
Nah, well, I wouldn't have. Not a chance of that happening. Not a chance, Nick. This fellow will go out. If he's gone out, he's gone out on his sleeve. The accuracy of Selby's work right from the opening bell. Terrific body shots. What a good time now to sink them in downstairs. A tough, grueling fight in the body shots. That's the last thing you need. We'll see what kind of job his corner do with the cut. But these are beautiful punches from Lee Selby. The performance of his life so far.
Well, they've got that cut under control, it would seem, and it is to the side of the eye, which is the good news for Gradovic. And we are looking for crumbs of good news for the champion, because there's been precious little else for him to get excited about here as the action continues.
Every mistake Gradovic makes, he's punished for it. Every time he comes into range and doesn't get his punches off quick enough, he's caught with a lead.
He got caught with the left there as well, bit of tape coming loose on one of the gloves from Gradovic, but Selby continuing just to lump these big shots. And Gradovic just not able to get out of the way of everything. Absolutely beautiful stuff again from Selby.
Yeah, again, Gradovic showing his toughness, but these punches are catching him too cleanly, and they're just knocking the resistance out of him.
Well, if it carries on like this, it's going to be one heck of a party in Barrytown tonight.
Back to jab, Lee.
And timeout's been called. They're going to have another look at this cut. Selby sent to a neutral corner. And I think there's more damage done.
I think there must be, because I mean, it didn't look so serious a cut. You know, at the end of the previous round.
It's over the eye.
Yeah,
and
another one.
I tell you, the doctor kind of shaking his head there. This might be done. I think this might be done. The doctor's saying it's over, and it is. A star is born. Lee Selby. We wondered if he was going to be the real deal. We got our answer tonight. Absolute masterclass, close to perfection.
Well, I don't know how they're going to decide on this. Will it go to the cards? It doesn't matter whether it goes to the cards or not. He is the new champion. I don't know if it was a clash of heads that caused the second cut, then it will go to the cards. But
that's a formality. That's a formality,
of course
isn't it?
It is. Whatever happens is Lee Selby is the new champion, and he's with the performance of his life. Outstanding he was from start to finish tonight. He was totally outstanding. Absolutely
Brilliant. He's on the shoulders of Tony Borg, his trainer there, and worth pointing out that Tony has been with him from the start. It's his first world champion too. So a real terrific night. Well, officially it's going to go to the cards, of course, but a formality. What a night. Well, there it is. That's the one that you can just see the cut there over the left eye. And that's a different game, because that's going to bleed into the eye. Well, he's joined an elite group, hasn't he? Jimmy Wilde, Jim Driscoll, Freddie Welch, Percy Jones from the old days, and post-war Howard Winston, and more recently Robbie Regan, Steve Robinson, Joe Calzaghe, Enzo Maccarinelli, Gavin Rees, Nathan Cleverly. Now add Welsh champion number 12, Lee Selby, who has battered and bludgeoned Yevgeny Gradovic to take the IBF featherweight title. What a performance, one that we will remember for a long time. Confirmation that it is going to go to the cards, of course, as the damage was caused by a head clash. But surely there can be no issue here whatsoever. Jim, I think you gave Gradovic one round. I didn't. It's just a question of how wide these cards are going to be. The cards that will have been tallied by Dave Paris, Adelaide Bird from the United States, and Craig Smith of Canada. So we wait to officially launch the celebration party. But Yevgeny Gradovic, I'm sure, knows that his reign is over. And a new and very exciting reign has just begun. And already we can look ahead. Look at some of the champions out there. Gary Russell, the WBC champion. Nicholas Walters, would anybody want to go in with him? Vasyl Lomachenko, the WBO champion, likewise. So big nights ahead for Lee Selby, who has fulfilled a dream tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Referee Dion Duarte, acting on the advice of the ringside physician, calls a halt to the contest 1 minute into round number 8. The injury was caused by an accidental headbutt, so we go to the scorecards including the 1 minute of round number 8. The scoring is as follows. Dave Paris scores it 79-73. Adelaide Bird has it 80-72. And Craig Smith scores it 79-73 to the winner by unanimous technical decision. And new IBF featherweight champion of the world, the fighting pride of Barry, Wales,
And don't forget that name, Lee Selby. A world champion, but Jim, for me, a potential British future superstar, a real class, exciting prospect going on from here. How good could this man be?
Well, we've been saying over the last couple of years that we're not seeing the best of Lee Selby. He seems to be beating people in third gear, and we wonder what it would be like when eventually we did see the best of him. Well, I think we saw the best of him tonight. He was terrific. He was punch perfect from start to finish. He is class. It's a wonderful division, the featherweight division, as you've just said. There are big money fights out there as well, so the future, it really is bright for Lee Selby.
It really is. The main event still to come, of course.